I spent much of this morning speaking to neighbors who had personal relationships with Mark Vickerman. He was a National Guard veteran that one neighbor said would give you the shirt off his back. Others said that he would help shovel driveways and sidewalks during the winter time. I was told of a man that was loved by those that knew him. Now his son could face up to life in prison. Good evening, Joe and Charlie. What are normally sugar beet fields awaiting the spring frost to thaw now looks like lakefront property. The water not only moved in at a high speed, but also at a very high volume. The Sheriff's Department is investigating the shootings that happened last night here at the Ryder Star Bar and Grill as a murder-suicide. But at this time, they say there is no danger to the public. Good afternoon, Hope. 28-year-old Christopher Vickerman will have his initial appearance this afternoon on a double-A felony murder charge in the death of his father, Mark. And what I'm actually most excited about is what we're about to try. One of the ribs fresh off the pit. We're gonna just dig in. Sauce is good. Meat is succulent.
Coming right off the bone.
I just need to take another bite. Hold on. But another tradition that goes hand in hand with the Minot tree lighting is the serving of roasted chestnuts over an open fire to members of the public. Yeah, and I'm really excited to see those results tonight because we're actually seeing a lot of national issues affect what these results in the state races might be. The plaque here at the Memorial Congregational Church dates back to 1899, but now all that's left standing is the chimney that was once part of this historic structure. For many of those attending this weekend's retreat, learning a lot about their family history is helping them understand how addiction became a part of their lives. We took this idea back to KMOT to see if our car tires need a little bit of a tune-up. Let's take a look. And just barely covering Abe's face here, so I think that our tires have a little bit more life to go. In Minot, for NBC North Dakota News, I'm Jack Springgate. Construction crews have been working for roughly 4 hours, forming the first 80 feet of the flood wall footings, but the remaining 2,200 feet will take months to complete. City of Minot crews are busy filling potholes just like this one, but Joe Gross says that it's only a temporary fix for now. For years, agriculture and oil and gas have defined North Dakota's economy. But Skyscope's CEO, Matt Dunleavy, says he thinks drones will be the next big boom.
First agriculture, and then it was oil and gas, and now unmanned aircraft systems are the leading emerging technology that Senator Hoeven likes to refer to as the third economic wave in North Dakota.
Skyscopes uses their drones to collect data for oil and gas companies, making Minot a prime location to grow their business.
We thought that the gateway to the Bakken was one of the most compelling reasons to come to Minot.
Dunleavy says their ability to recruit some of the most talented pilots in the country sets them apart.
We come from all over the U.S. I was from New York and Florida, so coming up here has been a change. But the transition here and the welcoming here has been, nothing short of fantastic.
And Skyscopes continues to grow. They recently moved into a larger facility near Minot's industrial park. Chief Operating Officer Corey Vinger says he thinks they're pioneers in a new industry.
In this new and emerging market, it's fun to, explore and innovate new ways of doing things.
Paving the way for a market where, in fact, the sky isn't the limit. In Minot, I'm Jack Springgate, reporting for your news leader. People in Fairview have seen spring flooding before.
Got 5 foot of water.
But it's never been this bad.
Their farm ground's all underwater, and their houses a lot of them are going to have to be destroyed, and it's just devastating.
North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum came to Fairview to hear about the challenges these residents are facing and share his experience dealing with a disaster much like the one in the Yellowstone River Valley.
3 hours notice in a home that had never been flooded before, and historic homes never been flooded, filled with water with no notice, no chance to get stuff out. It's really heartbreaking, takes an emotional toll on communities.
Many of these residents didn't have flood insurance when the water came through. Burgum said he doesn't want them to feel left behind.
It's a challenging situation when you've got people who've never even ever thought for 2-3 generations they needed flood insurance because they've never been flooded, to suddenly find in a few hours they're underwater and having no insurance.
For now, this community will continue to work to rise up from the floodwaters. Those impacted by the water can seek shelter and support at the Fairview Fire Hall. In Fairview, I'm Jack Springgate reporting for your news leader.
Decked out in Dakota Chappie attire, Daniel Robinson traveled all the way to Grand Forks to promote the brand at the girls' Class B state basketball tournament. He says it doesn't matter if he's working or not, he wears his personality on his sleeve.
The way how I came into it was with fur. I fell in love with fur. And ever since then, like day in, day out, that's all I wear.
Robinson is in the business of making a good first impression. His natural ability to make people smile, combined with his impressive wardrobe, leaves a lasting memory with those he meets.
It's just the best feeling, just to be like, oh my God, Mom, did you see that person? Or like me taking pictures the whole time. Like, it's just a great feeling just to know that clothing can do that for someone.
Head designer Chappie Windsor says it's important to help others feel comfortable, like Robinson does.
His fashion might look to some people like it's a little bit extreme, and maybe they won't go as far as Daniel goes with it, but it helps them take like a couple little bit more steps closer to how they want to express themselves.
While we'll leave the modeling to Robinson, he leaves a memorable experience for those fortunate enough to meet him. In Minot, I'm Jack Springgate reporting for your news leader.